What's happening, my people? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're just a group of people that love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a channel, podcast, anything like that. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. That's all. The Rise Podcast. Salute to the mighty Rise Podcast. The closer for the JBT. 9 p.m. every night. 12 p.m. on Sunday. The mighty Rise Podcast. Salute. Gotta give them a double salute. Miss Cass. #JBT. How are you? Hey, you been? I haven't seen you in a while. It's been like 10 or 15 minutes. How you been? Salute to Miss Cass. #JBT. Welcome to another episode of Cass Sports, the Box Storian. This is the Monday afternoon edition. Back to Monday again. Yep. How about that, AJ? Stood up tall for boxing this weekend. I guess that's the end to Francis Ngannou's career as a boxer, because the fascination is gone. Oh, man. We're going to talk about it. And today will be the final weight class, minimum weight, 105 pounds. We done went from heavyweight, and now we're down to minimum weight today. A little history on it. Profile of 10 former stars at the division. But how is everybody doing this Monday afternoon? Starting another week all over again. Clocks went forward. This is my time of year. I like it when it stays light longer in the evening. It can be dark in the morning, I don't care. I'm not doing anything anyway. In the evening is when I like the daylight. So yeah, spring forward. And we sprung forward Sunday. Enjoy looking outside, 6, 7 o'clock, it's still light out there. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the fights. Old Zilly thing. Yeah. Zilly was getting the knockdowns, but it looked like he was pressing it. I guess he thought, I'm gonna get him again. But that third one never came. Joe Parker showed some resilience, man, and guts and toughness. Hung in there. Pulled it off. And Joe Parker is looking good, man. Wilder and Zilly Zhang back to back. So what's next for Joe Parker? We're going to talk about that too. Big show, big week, really. Big week. We're through the weight classes. Tomorrow is, how exactly do they rank boxers? That's tomorrow. Got a big week planned for you. The Box Storian. But everybody doing okay this Monday. I'm going to get into it about 2:30. Give a few more of my people time to get in here. You know, they'll be coming in. Al Booker and Remo and Mike Macy and Mike Rhyme and Lonnie Lee and Big Tim Layton, #JBT, DP Gregory Pratt, they coming. Jay Hardcore might slide through. He usually be resting this time of day. He's up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning doing stuff, so he get a pass if he don't show up. Jay Hardcore, the creator of the JBT. Oh yeah. Well, he'll go back and watch later on. He always slide by later and put that like on there. A main man, J H hardcore. H stand for hangout. But yeah, that was beautiful, man. AJ stood up tall for us this weekend as boxing fans, you know. Nagano got a little overconfident, gonna mess around and switch southpaw. You see that? Yeah. In his second fight against an experienced former world champion with over 30 fights, he gonna mess around and switch southpaw. That right hand came right down the middle. Boing. He didn't have nowhere to go but down. Head all on the line. And then, you know, like my man Ed McQueen said, he fell in love with that left hook. That's what he had the success with against Fury with the left hook. So he just fell in love with it. He thought he was going to have success with it against everybody. And I know Joshua and his team, Ben Davison, I know they seen that. And I know after that first round, Joshua went back to that corner. I got it. I got it. And did he have it? Bruce Gas in the building. What's up, Bruce Gas? That's the winner of the Gas Sports inaugural history contest Thursday, Bruce Gas. His laptop is on the way. Nice laptop, man. I started to. You almost got this one sitting on my desk I'm on now, Bruce Gas, and I will keep that new one. If I could have figured out how to tape that box back up so you couldn't tell I've been in it. But no, it's on the way, Bruce. Congratulations to Bruce Gas. Salute, Bruce Gas. Yeah, Bruce Gas came in the building and what's going on, like 11 questions left. Swept the last 11 questions to win the contest. I think he did that on purpose. Bruce waited till the last minute and came in like, okay, let me show y'all. And blew everybody away. Yes, sir. Hey, Bruce, you won the contest. You deserve it. It's yours, bro. It's coming. It's coming. I got it off Saturday morning, so I'm right here in Maryland, so it shouldn't be too long. I would say maybe tomorrow, yeah. You know, you right up the coast, but Wednesday at the latest. Today is Monday. Yeah, Wednesday at the latest, yeah. But yeah, congratulations to Bruce Gas in the building too. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun as we usually do today. And we're down to the end now, minimum weight, the final weight class, 105 pounds. The little guys, yeah. Drive carefully out there, Bruce Gas. Do that for me, my brother. Yeah, down to the little guys. And since, you know, we so many of those, once we got past, like, got down to like, flyweight 112 on down, 108, 105, there's so many agents in those classes. I'm going to talk about a little brief history of boxing and agent today, too. You know, a little brief 15, 20-minute history before we get into the profiles of the 10 stars, yeah. Because there's so many agents in those classes down there. I can't think of any Americans at 105. None. Zero. Zilch. It's hard for a grown male American to weigh 105 pounds, man. I don't think it's any. Like I told you, I think my 7-year-old granddaughter weighed 105. Yeah. But hey, I watched a couple 105 fights the other night. Them guys, you see, fan friendly down there. And they carry a little pop too. Don't think they don't have any pop. Yeah. And get you up out of there. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Wild, when he turned professional, he was 97 pounds. And when he got to flyweight 112, he was listed as one of the most powerful punchers in boxing. Not at flyweight, in boxing. He was down there around the time of Jack Johnson and Jack Dempsey and Jeff Willard. Those guys. Jimmy Wild at 112 pounds was considered one of the most powerful punchers in the sport, man. Isn't that something? 112 pounds. And Jimmy was getting them up out of there. Yep. But how is we gonna start in like about 10, 15 more minutes? But everybody get back into the week, okay? Get everything started back up. Good. How was the weekend? Mine was good, especially after AJ stood up for boxing on Friday. We're gonna talk about that too in a little while. Let's briefly touch on all the fights. It was a big card. Big card. The Saudis are doing their thing over there, man. They put it on. Yeah. And they had that other one, the Fury. I think that'll be the next one, Fury and Usyk. What is that? Rescheduled to May. Yeah. But yeah, they putting on over there. And big card they had. I think it was like 9, more than the Day of Reckoning. This card was a little bigger, I believe. Yeah. Some good fights on it. I didn't see the whole thing. I came in right around Ray Vargas, the first championship fight. Because it was like Ray Vargas and Nick Ball and Zhilei Zhang and Parker was an interim championship fight. I think it was WBO interim. Yeah. So I came in on Nick Ball and Ray Vargas. I thought Nick Ball put that off, by the way. Yeah. Vargas was probably happy to get a draw because he thought he had lost his title. I thought he did too. But hey, the judges get the final word. We don't have no instant replay in boxing. So the judges said it was a draw. It was a draw. Ray Vargas left there still with his belt intact. Nick Ball. But they should run it back though. I think a title fight, a draw, automatic run back. Don't even have to be in the contract. Automatic run back, man. Because the champion didn't really defend his belt. He got a draw. 4 months or so, automatic run back. That's how it should be, a draw. And just in the championship fights now, like a regular fight, draw, move on to the next one. But championship fight, draw, should be an automatic rematch. Don't even have to have a clause in the contract, That's just a cash sports rule. What y'all think about that? Championship fight draw should be an automatic run back, right? Yeah. Because like I say, the man didn't really defend his belt. He did not beat the challenger. He didn't beat you, so, naturally the champion keeps the belt, but the challenger should get another opportunity because he didn't lose the fight, right? But that's not, I don't know if they had a rematch clause or not. If they had one, it probably was for Vargas if he lost. That's how it normally is in those championship fights. One-way clause if the champion loses, but if the challenger loses, you got to work your way back up again. But I think that's an excellent idea. And I just thought about that as I'm sitting here talking to you. Draw in a championship fight, automatic rematch. It's one of the powers that be in boxing. Never thought of that. Yeah, think about it. You didn't successfully defend your title. It was a draw. Nothing was settled. Okay? Of course, the champion is happy because he walks out of there still with his belt. But the challenger, he didn't get beat, So he should get another opportunity at it. The next fight. Right? He shouldn't have to go back and work his way back to another title shot. He should get another shot because he wasn't beat. Nothing was settled. Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea. But I got a big week. I got the whole week lined up already. Today is finishing up the weight classes with minimum weight 105. Tomorrow is just how exactly do they rank boxers. I'm gonna go over this organization called the American Boxing Commission. They set the type of guidelines for the rankings. to this for the sanctioning bodies. Then Wednesday we got pro box. We're gonna preview the pro box Wednesday, and then got some fights. That disappointing fights, we never got. Fights we thought we never got, we wanted, or some fights we got that were disappointing. Kind of like the two in that week we had last summer with Cool Boy and Monster, and then Bud and Earl. Nobody expected that in those two fights. Both of them to be one-sided beatdown. So I got some fights like that tomorrow. Unbelievable finishes, disappointing finishes. And then Thursday. That's Wednesday. Thursday is the fix is in. Got a group of fights where the fix was definitely in on. Okay. And then Friday, like I was telling you, once we get to these weight classes, every Friday I'm going to profile a former boxer. This week it's going to be Joe Dixon, the first black boxing champion. Okay. A lot of people think it was Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion. Joe Dixon was the first black champion, period. And as a matter of fact, Joe Dixon was the first black athlete to win a championship in any sport. Okay. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. I guess we still haven't had a black champion in hockey. But baseball, football, basketball, hockey, track and field, soccer, volleyball, kickball, whatever. Joe Dixon was the first black athlete to ever win any kind of championship. And he's our profile Friday, our boxer. We're going to do one every Friday. We'll never run out of names once a week. And remember, I was doing it every day, but once a week is a little better, So a big week planned for us. And we're going to start in about 5 minutes. We're going to talk about a little history of boxing in Asia, since we're in these little small weight classes and there's so many Asian fighters competing down here. And we're going to start out briefly, touch on these fights real quick. Just go over the card. Who won? Who got beat? That's all. Touch on AJ and Ngannou and Zhilei Zhang and Joseph Parker. Zhilei Zhang was looking 14 carats stupid in the corner after the fight, wasn't he? To me, it looked like when he got the knockdowns, and you get a knockdown, you're supposed to take your time and, get your man out of there. But Zhilei Zhang just took his time too much. I don't know what was wrong. He probably figured, I'm going to get him again. Remo in the building. Remo. Hashtag let's talk fashion. Hashtag JBT. That Remo. Hashtag let's talk fashion Wednesday. Of course, our preview is coming tomorrow. And we got Justin James. Hashtag JBT in the building. Salute Justin James. One of our did very well on the test Friday, Justin James. Maybe he'll win the next one. Because Bruce Gass won the first one, remember? Guess who's not eligible for the next one? So Justin James, Tim Layton, Jory Finks all did so well on this. So maybe one of these guys will be the winner of the next one. Miss Cass got plenty of money to furnish these laptops for the winner. I'm going to put a comment in there in a minute. Yeah, but we're going to have another one. Yeah. Okay, you can only win once. So, hey. Bruce Gass was in that one. He probably would win that one, too. So he's not eligible for the next one. Okay, but I appreciate everybody that came by Friday and participated in it. People like Justin James and Jory Finks and Big Tim Layton, BN Boxing News. Al Booker was in here, and but I told you my people are going to be coming in. We're going to get ready to get started. Just Do Boxing in the building, the voice. Just Do Boxing. Congratulations on that big interview with Shakur Stevenson. Yes. Just Do Boxing. Excellent interview. And that was just part one, as I understand it. Wow. I was a warrior in there. That was a great interview, too. The voice, man. Doing big things over there. And Shakur Stevenson in there. And he's coming on today at 4 o'clock. Right? That's who I'm warming you up for. Just Do Boxing, the voice. But congratulations and salute to Just Do Boxing, everybody, on a great interview. Great job over there. Okay, let's get ready to get this kicked off. We're going to talk about the fights briefly. Then a little history on boxing and ages, since we're down these small weight class where a lot of Asians compete at, right? Latin Americans, but mostly Asians. With the names I had trouble pronouncing. Yeah. But good to see everybody this Monday afternoon. We are easing towards spring. The hawk is starting to ease up on us a little bit. Not yesterday, though. When the hawk was out there yesterday. You see, up here in Baltimore, he was. I was getting my little exercise. I'm going to walk down to the store, man. Shit. Man, I froze. I started to took a little bit of the way I started to say, forget that exercise, forget walking. But I went on and did it. You know, toughed it out. Yeah. I wasn't exactly dressed for it, but hey, it's all good. Yeah. I used to jog when I was younger. But the doctor say walking is actually better. Something with the cardio, this or something, I don't know. Coach Tommy probably could tell you that, but he ain't in here right now. So let's get ready to do it. We're going to talk about the fights first, just briefly. Okay? But Monday. And we got Pro Box this week. Who we got this weekend, by the way? I have no idea. We'll look at that in a few. Okay. Now, this was a pretty big card. We had AJ and Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou started it off. And of course, you know, Joshua brutally knocked out Ngannou in the second round. And Joshua put himself in position to face the winner of the undisputed fight in May between Fury and Usyk. But of course, I think they got a rematch clause both ways. So AJ probably will get another fight in ahead of time. Jay Hardcore had a good idea. AJ and Joe Parker. The winner gets whoever comes out of those two Fury and Usyk fights. But suppose Fury and Usyk is 1-1. If we get a trilogy, I guess we would have to, right? There's nothing to settle. You can't end up an undisputed matchup 1-1. No way. So we just have to see. But yeah, AJ probably get another fight in because, you know, Fury and Usyk is going to be tied up for 2 fights either way, no matter who wins. But I think Ngannou didn't start out too bad, but he got a little overconfident. You see him switch to southpaw? Come on, Ngannou, you ain't ready. You wasn't ready for that. That was right when that big right hand came right down the middle and dropped his butt. You know, and he got out of round 1, but when round 2 started, AJ didn't waste no time. With a jab to the body, then another right hand, stepped into the canvas again. And then when he got up this time, one more single right hand. That was all she wrote. Ngannou was asleep. Okay. Wasn't no TKO. Man was sleepy. So AJ, he has a very good knockout rate, man. You know, 25 and 28 fights. You know, I gotta know. Got my calculator here. That is 89%, right? It's supposed to say 90% knockout rate. Okay. So yeah, AJ stood up for boxing. And then the next fight was the one before that was Zhilei Zhang and Joseph Parker. And of course Parker got the win. And I think that was for the WBO interim title, right? But anyway, one judge had it 113, but the other two had it for Parker, 114, 112, 115, 111. 114, 112 sounds about right. Yeah, Parker won it because I don't know what Zhang was doing. He played with his food, I guess you could say that. Yeah, that would be a good one, Justin. Wilder. Then the winner of Fury and Usyk. Yeah. I'm interested to see what Parker does next because he got a pretty good run going. You know, Zhang. Yeah, Wilder and Zhang back to back is a pretty good little stretch for him. If he can get another good name in there, you know, that would be a good little role for Parker. You can put somebody like I don't know who would be a good fight for him next. But it's got to be a good name with Wilder and Zhang back to back. You can't go back, but you got to keep that roll going because his name is out there right now, Parker. AJ, I think AJ would be a good one. But then we had Ray Vargas and Nick Paul. But anyway, yeah, Zhang. He dropped Parker twice, but he couldn't finish him, you know. And his gas tank kind of failed him too. And Parker showed incredible resilience and guts, you know, withstanding Zhang's power to get the close decision, right? But then Ray Vargas and Nick Ball was before that one, and they fought to a majority draw. So like I was saying, Vargas retains his, he has the WBC featherweight title. But anyway, one judge had it 114, 112 for Vargas, one had it 116, 110 for Ball, and the other one had it 113, 113. Now it was a fight up two halves. Okay, I thought Vargas kind of had the edge in the first and Ball the second. It looked like a WWF match at times. But I think, too, the referee kind of overdid his job, too. You know, he kind of interfered a little too much. Now, Ball had 2 knockdowns. And Ball was, like I was saying, probably the most upset of the two. And Vargas was likely the happiest. Because, you know, the draw of the champion keeps his belt. And like I was saying earlier, what y'all think? A draw in a championship match should be an automatic rematch. It don't even have to be in the contract, you know. Championship match draw, automatic rematch. Because nothing was settled. And the challenger did not get beat, okay? So why should he have to go back and work himself back to a title shot? He should get an immediate rematch for the belt. It's just past sports thing. And we had another championship fight. Israel Madrimov and Magomed Kurbanov, okay? And Madrimov stopped Kurbanov in the 5th round. This was for the vacant WBA super welterweight strap. Another one of Mel's belts. Does Mel have any belts left? Man, that man was undisputed 4 belts one time now. Is he a champion at all anymore? God damn, every time you turn around, somebody fighting for one of Mel's belts. Nothing is going on here, man. Shit. I know Tim Tszyu got one of them, and this one, I think somebody else fought late. Somebody fight late or earlier this year, something for another one of Mel's belts. I can't remember who it was, but I vaguely remember that. But yeah, the man was undisputed. Every other week, you hear somebody fighting for one of his belts. Poor Mel. Then he got locked up for fighting. Mel just had a rough stretch, man. Ending last year, starting this year. Damn. All his belts gone. Didn't he hit some woman or something? And that man was riding high last year, undisputed. What a fall. But he got a big bag when he went there against Canelo, though. Yeah. Mel clearly showed he was there for the bag. In one of those press conferences, I thought he was going to ask Canelo for his autograph, man. He was like stargazing. Just like Jaime Munguia. He's supposed to fight Canelo next. He running around talking about he ordered to be in the ring with him. He's supposed to be going in there to try to knock that man's head off, not honored to be in the ring with him. Come on, man. Say that after the fight. I was honored to have the opportunity to fight Canelo, not before the fight. Man, what is it with these guys of Canelo and the stargazing stuff, man? God damn, he's supposed to be trying to beat the man. It's an honor to be in the ring with him. Caleb Plant in there asking the man, asking Canelo, how's he doing? What is up with that? I don't get it. Damn. Oh, Bivol wasn't though, was he? Bivol went there to take care of business. Bivol was like, goddamn Canelo, I'm going to whip his ass. I ain't honored to be in no ring with him. Bivol said Canelo should have been honored to be in the ring with me. That's how it's supposed to be, man. Now say that after the fight. Canelo was a great champion. I was honored to have the chance to fight him. But before the fight, I'm going in there to whip this man's ass. You know, I'm honored to knock his ass out cold. You know, something like that, right? But that was the last one. Madrimo came away with the one of this junior lightweight, junior middleweight straps. I believe it was the WBA. Yeah, he was dominating the fight. But Kurbanov did have a good round in the fourth, right? And it probably was the first round he won. But in the fifth, Madrimo took back over, and that was the round he stopped. Caught him with the right hand and put him on the back of his heels, and then Madrimo came forward behind an overhand right that had Kurbanov on the ropes covering up. And then after a few more punches, Kurbanov was hurt, in trouble on the ropes, not throwing back, and the referee had seen enough and stepped in and stopped it. And Madrimo was undefeated. He just 11 fights into his career. He got 10 wins and 1 draw. 7 of the 10 is knockouts. Right? And that was Kurbanov's first loss in 26 fights. So not too bad for him. I guess he said it's bad he lost, but he'll bounce back. And then real quick elsewhere, Mark Chamberlain defeated Gavin Green. TKO 4. Justice Hooney defeated Kevin Larena. 10-round unanimous decision, heavyweights. Okay, the first fight was lightweights. Lewis Green defeated Jack McGann. Got him out of there in the first round. Super welterweights. Roman Fury defeated Martin Spark. Points, 6th round by points. I don't know if he's in relation to Tyson or not. Couple of prospects. Fury has won his first 4 fights. That was Spark's first loss. Ziad Al-Mayyouf defeated Christian Lopez Flores. 6th round, points by points, super lightweights. Andre, I'm not even going to try his last name. He defeated Juan Torres, got him out of it in the 3rd round. They were heavyweights. Okay, couple more. One more. That's it. That was the last one. Okay. Now we're going to get into these, the show. Minimum weight, okay? But first, let me give you a brief history on boxing and ages since we're in a card with so many aged fighters. In a division, the last few divisions I've done has been full of aged fighters. So let's look at a little history of the boxing over there in Asia. Okay, start out with Philippines. Okay, but everybody doing okay this what is it, Monday? It's Monday. Good to see everybody again. That was a fire fight party Saturday, man, that Jay Hardcore had. I had a great time over there watching the Day of Reckoning. Well, not the Day of Reckoning. I don't know what they call this one, but watching headline by AJ and Nagano. That's what I call it. The AJ and Nagano card. Great card, man. Whole bunch of fights. It was like 3 championship fights on it. I mean, we got few went the distance. And then AJ ended it off. He stood up for boxing against this MMA guy, man. I never, because they were talking trash after this guy went the distance with Fury, dropped the current reigning heavyweight champion of the world, and went the distance. They actually won on one judge's card. So AJ took care of that. Like I always was saying, and I still go stand by this. It wasn't so much as Nagano looking good as it was Fury looking bad. And AJ took care of that. Okay, got him up out of there. And the fascination with this MMA guy is over. It's O-V, not O-V-E-R, O-V-A, over. Lonnie Lee in the building. It's over. What's up, Lonnie Lee? Looks like you got off a little early today, bro. You in here already? Well, that's good. We just get ready to get started. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT, that is. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Welcome up to another episode of Cast Sports, the Box Story. Not a historian, a box story. The difference. Okay. Thomas Hill told me the difference that I forgot, but I'm a box story. Okay. Now, boxing reached Asia in the early 1900s, okay, and once established became extremely popular. The first Asian to win a world title was flyweight Pancho Villa of the Philippines in 1923. Okay. Now, Villa's countryman Flash Eladay reigned as world champion, junior lightweight from 1960 through 1967. Now, a high point of boxing in the Philippines came on October 1st, 1975, when in a fight referred to as the Thriller in Manila, Muhammad Ali defeated Joe Frazier in Quezon City. Now, the Philippines became the center of the boxing universe during the first 10 years of the 21st century, when a guy named Manny Pacquiao, native son of the Philippines, set a record by winning world championships in 8 different weight classes, and it still stands to this day. But Amanda Serrano is right behind him with 7. Okay? And at that time, Manny was widely considered to be the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. During the decade of like 2000 to 2010, yeah, Manny was considered to be the man. That's when we wanted to see him and Floyd. We wanted to see Manny and Pretty Boy, not Manny and Money May. Okay, Manny and Pretty Boy. That never materialized. Floyd was Money May by 2015. I think either version of Floyd beats him. But yeah, that was the one we wanted to see. With Manny, Now, Korean boxing began with the founding of the boxing organization. Oh boy. I meant to wait a minute. Bear with me for 1 minute, please. Everybody all right this afternoon? Yeah. You don't think Parker can beat him, Justin? I wasn't paying attention. Can beat AJ? I don't think so either. That'll be where his road stopped right there. I think Zhang was better, but Parker just showed that resilience, man, and oh come on, and he just did a good job, man, withstanding Zhang's power and hanging in there. But yeah, AJ gets him. AJ probably stops him. Okay. Hard-hitting Joe George stopped him. Parker. That's the only time he's been stopped. But yeah, I agree with you, Justin. I think AJ gets him too. But Korean boxing, they're winning. Korean boxing began with the founding of this organization right there that I just put in the chat. So y'all pronounce it for yourself, okay? And that was in 1912. Now, when Korea was still under the control of the Japanese, That's when Korean boxing really began. And however, it was the Korean Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA, that was instrumental in developing and promoting boxing as an amateur sport in Korea. And it developed rapidly. And soon they had pugilists such as So Chong Kwon, Hwang Soo, and Yi Kwai Kwon began to dominate at national boxing contests in Japan. But then Korean boxing was banned by the Japanese government in the mid-1930s as an activity inimical to Japanese interests. Anybody know what inimical means? It sounds like something negative. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, the Japanese were still controlling Korea, and they banned boxing there. But after World War II, the Koreans expelled the Japanese, and boxing regained its competitive edge. Despite the Korean War and the division of the peninsula between South and North. Now, the last half of the 20th century, North and South Korea earned over 20 Olympic medals, okay, in boxing. And they saw its first world champion, Kamikaze Sue, in 1966. He won the WBA junior middleweight title. He beat Nino Benvenuti. Okay. Since then, 1966, Korea has produced 43 world champions. Okay. Now, Western boxing arrived in Japan in the 1920s, but it didn't become popular until the 60s and the 70s. Such fighting as the Masahiko Harada, they probably heard of him as the Fighting Harada. Now, boxing is a popular television sport in Japan. It is controlled by a few powerful gyms with close links to the television networks. Excuse me. Now, once the boxer turns professional in Japan, the gym for which he fights usually manages his career. And unless he is traded, he fights for that gym for his entire career. Yep, that was Japan. Now in Thailand, international style boxing and the traditional martial art of Muay Thai, are both featured at many boxing events. Okay. Now this fusion has its roots in the 1930s, when Queensberry boxing first reached Thailand and began influencing the native sport. Soon Muay Thai matches were held in a ring and fought under time limitations. The Muay Thai programs often feature 8 fights. The last one of which is always international style boxing. The other fights of the evening feature Thai boxing, right? So the last one is like international boxing, the kind that we follow, right? That's in Thailand. Now in China, this is the last one. Then we're gonna get into the show. In China, Western boxing, as it was known in contradiction to the Chinese martial art of Chung Ku Chan, was introduced in the late 1920s. Now it kept going until it was banned by Mao Zedong in 1959 as being too dangerous for athletes. Now, in 1979, Muhammad Ali made his first of 3 visits to China as a goodwill ambassador for boxing, conferring with leader Deng Xiaoping. I guess that's how you pronounce it. These visits and overtures by amateur boxing officials led to the resumption of boxing in China in 1986. Now, China sent boxing to the Olympics for the first time at Sydney, right? And professional matches featuring fighters from Europe and the United States have been held in China since then. Now, by the early 21st century, professional boxing was starting to be allowed for both men and women. Okay, 21st century. Wow. So, and that's where Zilly Zhang is from. So he's really one of the first big time boxers over there from China. First really big boxer I heard from China is Zilly Zhang, as a matter of fact. Okay, let's start to get into the show. Minimum weight. Everybody okay this Monday afternoon? Let's get into it. Because it's almost 3 o'clock. We got The Voice coming up next. We got Remo Wednesday. We get our preview tomorrow. Right? Yeah. Our preview is tomorrow. I'll be with you in a second. To get me a drink of water. Yeah. But yeah, man. All of us boxing fans got to give a salute to Anthony Joshua. Because he stood up for boxing Saturday. Well, not Saturday, Friday. And who fights this Saturday? Anybody know? Because I got to check it, but not right now. I'll check it before the show's over. Okay? Because I really can't think of it. I know it's some fights there. I know we got fights Wednesday too, Pro Box, right? There's Mike Masick and Mike Ryan. I haven't seen him in a few days. Okay. Now today, a look into the past. Straw weight, minimum weight, mini flyweight, whatever you want to call it, is 105 pounds. Okay. Now, straw weight, like I've said, also known as mini flyweight, minimum weight, or super atom weight. Super atom weight. Wow. In professional boxing, boxers I'm gonna call it minimum weight. Boxers in the minimum weight division, I'm gonna call it straw weight. The minimum weight had me mumbling. Too many mini and mums. Straw weight. In professional boxing, boxers in the straw weight division may weigh no more than 105 pounds. That's low. 105 pounds. Now, this is a relatively new weight category for professional boxing. First inaugurated by the major boxing sanctioning bodies between 1987 and 1990. Within the last 40 years. So that's new. Yeah, Justin, that's what I'm saying. AJ definitely represented, man. Definitely represented. Mm-hmm. Now, the straw weight division was originally introduced in 1968 for the Summer Olympic Games under the name light flyweight. I think that was Mexico City, wasn't it? 1968? Yeah. However, the division was not recognized by any of the four most widely regarded sanctioning bodies until the International Boxing Federation, IBF, in June 1987, when Kyung-Yun Lee knocked out Masaharu Kawakami to become the inaugural champion of the IBF. Okay? And once you get one, the other ones fall right in line, because later on that same year, the WBC recognized their first champion. And in 1988, the WBA recognized their first champion. And in 1989, the WBO got involved in the game. Okay? While Ring Magazine, excuse the 30 page, did not begin ranking minimum weights until 1997 under the name straw weight, and has yet to name a champion in their rankings. So it looked like Ring Magazine came up with that straw weight. It was originally minimum weight, okay? And Ring Magazine still has not yet named a champion in their rankings for straw weight. Now, historically, the weight class has been dominated by Latin Americans and Asians, with only a limited amount of success coming from other nationalists. The division saw its first champion not from Latin America or Asia when Scotland's Paul Weir won the vacant WBO title over Fernando Martinez in May 1993. That was the first time the title went to a non-Latin American or Asian. It was in 1993. Okay, so the Asians and Latin Americans controlled it for the first 6 years. Now, these are some of the fighters that have won titles in this division: Muhammad Rahman, Yutaka Nida, Eagle Kiowa, Jose Antonio Aguirre, Yvonne Calderon, Olidon Samukai, Donnie Nietes, Raul Garcia. I don't know how that name got on there because I picked all easy names to put in my notes. Olidon Samukai, I don't know how his name got on here. Roman Gonzalez. Tito was way down there. Oh. Deborah Coelho, Kasuto Toka, and Knockout CP Freshmart. That's his name, Knockout CP Freshmart. He currently fights there. And finally, Juan Hang Menayota. Now here are the current champions from strawweight. Current champions are WBA, Knockout CP Freshmart. That's his name. And he got a brother named something Freshmart too. Knockout CP Freshmart. WBC, Udai Shigioka. That IBF, his brother, Shinjiro Shigioka. And the WBO is Oscar Collazo. The current rankings. And these rankings are as of March 7th, 2024, as of last week. These are the latest Ring Magazine rankings. I always use Ring because I think Ring is pretty good at rankings. Now, like I always say, Ring is owned by Oscar, but I'm not going to hold that against him. And there's Thomas Hill, the mayor of YouTube, in the building. What's up, Mr. Mayor? How are you? Glad for you to take time out of your busy schedule and drop by Cash Sports, the Boxtorian. That's who I got my name from, the Boxtorian, by the way, Thomas Hill. Appreciate you, Thomas Hill. Hashtag JBT in the building. Salute, salute. That's another one, get a double salute. Thomas T. Hill. Okay. Now, the current rankings for this division. And like I said, as of March 7th, 2024, these are up to date as you can get last week. Okay. Number 1. There he goes again. Knockout CP Freshmart. That's his name. Knockout CP Freshmart. And he got a brother. Watch. Number 2. Udai Shigioka. His brother is number 3. Shinjiro Shigioka. Number 4. Oscar Collazo. Number 5. Knockout's brother. Peshmanese CP Freshmart. That must really be their last name. Freshmart. 6. Melvin Jerusalem, ranked at number 7, Wilfredo Mendez. Number 8, Eric Rosa. Number 9, Pedro Tajiron. And number 10, Hassan Boy Dustmatov. Okay. An Eastern European fighter that sounds like an Eastern European name. Dutchmatov, right? That's odd. Down that low. BN Boxing News in the building. Salute to my brother, BN Boxing News. Got a fire channel going on over there. I know all of us have subscribed to it already. Yeah. What happened to my blue? What's that? I don't understand what's going on. Oh, okay, T. I got you. Remember, I accidentally hit you. I accidentally hit you the day of the test. Okay, you got it back. I'm sorry. You blew again. Yeah, Thomas. I accidentally hit you on Thursday, the day of the test, and it must have took your wrench too. But it's bad, you know, damn well the mayor of YouTube gotta have a wrench, man. What kind of channel do I have if the mayor of YouTube don't have a wrench? I might as well just go on off the air. Yeah? People gonna be saying, Miscast Sports it didn't get a mayor of YouTube a wrench. I ain't going over there fooling with him. So you got your wrench back, Mr. Mayor. Okay. Now, those were the rank. There's Miss Cass with the pink hand wave. Salute, Miss Cass. Okay. That's who furnished the laptops for the contest. Miss Cass. Okay. She finances the channel. Miss Cass. Hashtag JBT. Salute. Okay. Now we're gonna look at 10 former stars of this division. Okay. And it's 3 o'clock. I had to get 3 o'clock already. I just started. I've been on here an hour. Started at 5 after 2. No way. I told you time is something is not right. I started at 5 after 2. I haven't been on here no hour. I've been on here about 15 minutes. It should be like 20 after 2. But the thing in the corner of the laptop, it says 3 o'clock. So I guess that's what it is. Okay. 10 former stars. We're gonna look at 10 guys that campaigned in this division. First, I'm gonna give my little speech. Now, and what is that word? It's my handwriting. I can't even read. Oh, that's pound. Okay, here we go. Now, the 105-pound weight class has been very disrespected, especially by us Western fans. Okay, I was just laughing about it. Y'all know y'all do too. 105. Now, when it was created in 1987. It was treated like a joke. Even the name strawweight was enough to get a laugh. Spellcheck won't even accept the word strawweight. Even the sanctioning bodies couldn't agree on what to call a division. Strawweight, minimum weight, mini flyweight, super atom weight, nobody knew. They have all taken turns being the name of this division. Now, for most people, even 108 pounds junior flyweight was a stretch. Many questioned the need for a 105-pound weight class. Now, amidst all the naysayers and negativity, however, the 105-pound weight class hasn't actually been that bad. It ranks alongside some of the other junior classes in terms of excitement in recent years. Now, the thing is, not a lot of 105-pounders become known outside the regions where they perform. Because for so many agents performing in this class, that's where most of the fights are at, over there, right? And we really don't get to see a lot of them. That's the thing. But we're going to get a look at 10 of them today. Shut up, phone. We're going to get a look at 10 good ones today. Okay, let me get my presentation ready here. Excuse me. Everybody okay? It's Monday again. Gotta go in brand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take that ring off the background. We don't need that, do we? I went the wrong way. Come on. I'm trying to get the pictures of these people. Oh, yes. What's everybody okay? This what is it? Monday? Yeah. We're gonna get it together. There we go. We are going to get it together. Okay, the first person is going to be Ricardo Lopez. He went 51-0, but he had a draw in there. But he had more wins without a loss than Floyd. But that draw, I guess if you look at a draw, it's kind of like a blemish because Floyd didn't have any, right? Okay, I'm gonna get Ricardo up there. Okay. Oh, that's me, not me. Ricardo. There we go. I was wondering. Oh, here we go. There's Ricardo, everybody. There we go. Ricardo Lopez. Now, wait a minute. That's not Ricardo. Sorry. Here's Ricardo. Sorry. I need to just get There we go. Damn. Okay, there's Ricardo Lopez. There we go. Now, Ricardo Lopez, he fought from 1985 to 2001. Okay? He had a record, like I said, 51 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 38 knockouts. I guess if he wouldn't have had that draw, Floyd probably would have went for 52. Right? He's from Mexico, called himself Finito. Now, remember Joe Louis went all the way through the 40s as champion. Ricardo got a decade too, the 90s. Okay, he controlled the 90s. The champion all the way through the 90s. So Joe Louis is not the only one. I've been saying for the longest time that Joe Louis is the only fighter was a champion for an entire decade, but he wasn't. Glad I ain't had it on the test because that is wrong. Ricardo Lopez was champion all the way through the 90s. Okay. Now there aren't any other weight classes that come to mind that a fighter owned as much as Ricardo Lopez dominated strawweight. Okay. Not many. Now, if this is not a best top 10, but if it was, Ricardo Lopez would be number 1. This is just 10 good fighters. And nobody anywhere can make an argument about that. 51-0, 1 draw? Come on, man. Right? Him being number 1 in this division is about as definitive ranking as you can find on any all-time list for any division. Okay? Ricardo Lopez being number 1. Now let's talk about it. Like I said, from Mexico City, that's a brilliant fighter. 51-0, 1 draw, 38 knockouts. Featuring a decade-long run as champion in the 90s. 22 straight title defenses. 22 straight successful ones. Right behind Joe Louis is 25. Okay? 22 straight. He had every positive attribute you would ever hear about as a boxer. Ring smarts, technique, power punching, speed, footwork, defense, toughness. What else is there? Okay. He first beat Hideyuki Ohashi to win the belt in 1990 and was barely touched for years. Beat every 100 top 5-pounder of his time. Okay? Even got top 10 junior flyweight. Talked about him the other day, Saman Sorja-Churon. He went down there and tried his hand. Couldn't get it done. Because those weight classes so close. Up and down, it's easy to do 3 pounds. So Ricardo Lopez was just walking through the division so easy. Sorja-Churon was dominating at 108, so he said, I'm gonna go down here and try my hand at Ricardo, but then they got his ass beat too. Okay. And guess what? Sorja-Churon went down there and tried him. Got stopped in the 2nd round. Okay. Hauled ass back to 108 with his tail tucked between his legs. No one even came close to beating him. Okay? and we still got 105, but 100 years from now, Ricardo Lopez's name gonna still be on top of 105. Bet on it. Ricardo Lopez. Okay. Dominant at strawweight. He's the man. That's him on the thumbnail too. Man was dominating 108. Said I'm gonna drop 3 pounds and go down 105 and try Ricardo. Got stopped in the second round. Went back to 108. Should have never left it. Come down there messing with Ricardo Lopez. That was the wrong move to make. And he learned the hard way. Number 2, Yvonne Calderon. Okay. Oh, damn. How did I get back on? Yvonne Calderon. Okay. Now, Yvonne, he had fought from 2001 to 2012. Had 39 fights. Won 35, lost 3, had 1 draw. Well, safe to say he wasn't a power guy, knockout guy. He only had 6 knockouts. 35 wins. Okay. From Puerto Rico. Called himself Iron Boy. I gotta know what that is. 6 knockouts and 35 wins. What rate is that? 17% knockout rate. So safe to say he wasn't a power puncher, right? Called himself Iron Boy from Puerto Rico. Yvonne Calderon. Let's talk about him a little bit. Like I say, he was light hitting, but ultra skilled. Now he let's see. Yvonne came along right after Lopez. You know, he might have been the one to knock Lopez off because he was just as dominant, you know, as we got up into the 2000s. Okay, he later went to 108, but his better work was done at 105. Right? Light hitting, but hard to hit. You know, great defensive fighter. Never lost a fight in his prime. Okay, he lost all 3 of his fights at 108. Okay, when he went up. Like I say, he came right behind Lopez. And he picked right up where Lopez left off at. Matter of fact, he came in the same year Lopez retired. They might have overlapped a little, but Lopez was a veteran champion and he was a prospect. So no way they would have ever fought. You know, it'd be like somebody coming in their 3rd or 4th fight, fighting Bud. You know, him fighting Lopez. It would have been that type of situation. You know, imagine a guy in his 4th fight fighting Bud. That's how him and Lopez, that's how far apart they was. But it's a good dream fight. You know, to think about. Yvonne Calderon versus Lopez. Ricardo Lopez. Now he was a great defensive fighter. Never lost at 105. Lost all 3 of his fights at 108. Called himself Iron Boy. Won the WBO belt in 2003. Only 5 feet tall. Had a nice ring. Some of the names he had on his belt was Alex Sanchez, Roberto Ledva, Noel Tunucayo, Daniel Reyes, Ronald Barrera. Probably heard about some of these people because he fought in the 2000s, early 2000s. You know, retired. He retired in 2012. Noel Tunucayo, Daniel Reyes, Ronald Barrera. Fast-footed, was a southpaw too. He had a nice little run at 108 too, but that's where his losses was at. But 105 was where he did the bulk of his work. He did go back to 105, but he was in his late 30s by then and past his prime. Be interested to see if he ever gets in the Hall of Fame. Lopez is in there, but be interesting to see if they let Calderon in. Yvonne Calderon. Okay. The next is Rosando Alvarez. Here's Rosando. Why do I keep doing that? I'm not on the list. Okay, this is Rosando Alvarez. Okay. Now, he went from 10-year career, 1992 to 2012. 20-year career, 1992 to 2012. Okay. Had 43 fights, won 37, lost 4, had 2 draws, 24 knockouts. He's a Nicaraguan. Called himself El Buffalo. El Buffalo. Okay. Now he could have been better. He probably was gave Ricardo Lopez's toughest fight. Was this guy right here? Went the distance with him. Now he was hard hitting, tenacious, and skilled. He went the distance with Ricardo twice. Okay. And remember, Ricardo Lopez had 1 blemish on his record, that draw. This was the guy that gave it to him right here. The only blemish, that draw. Rosando Alvarez was the one that gave it to him. Now, that was far from the only thing he accomplished, though, giving Lopez a draw. He had a 35-0 stretch doing this at one point in his career. Beat Kermin Gardia, Eric Chavez. I know you heard of Eric Chavez, tough Eric Chavez. I didn't know Eric was down that low though. Wow. China, Porpayon, Takeshi Kiyohama, and Song Crown Porpayon. Okay. That is and by the way, the second fight with Lopez, he had a draw with him, then he had a split decision loss. He actually won on one judge's card. Okay. That's Rosando Alvarez. Next is the guy I just talked about. Chana Porpayon. I guess that's close enough. He fought from 1988 to 2006. Had 62 fights. 153 lost, 4 had 5 draws. That's a lot of draws. 19 knockouts from Thailand. Fought out of Thailand. Now he was a slick boxer. Oh, slickster. Be a top 10 fighter in his pro debut. Okay. Pro debut. Be the guy ranked in the top 10. He won the title from Hideyu Ohashi in 1993, and he made 8 successful title defenses. 2 over hard-hitting Carlos Murillo. And great fighters like Ronnie Magramo and Rafael Torres. Now he lost it in a split decision to Rosando Alvarez, the guy right up here above him on this list. But he wasn't finished. He was 2001, 35 years old. He won the WBO strap for the Serpentine. Okay. And at 40 years old, he retained his title in a draw. Never got stopped in his career. And all his losses were very thin decisions. China Corpeon. Told you about these names down here, these divisions. And it gets worse. The next one is Radanapo Sor Varapin. Maybe I should put them in the chat. Let's y'all pronounce it for yourself. Okay? This is next. Okay. Do it before a second. Hey. Excuse me for one moment. Everybody all right this afternoon? Thought not a new week. Okay, this is the next guy right there. Here's his name. You pronounce it for yourself. That big O don't supposed to be in there. Okay. Now he had a 19-year career from 1990 to 2009. Okay. Had 68 fights. Won 59, lost 8 with 1 draw, had 48 knockouts. Called himself Rambo. Yeah, Rambo. 48 knockouts and 59 wins, not too bad. I don't think. Y'all think? He won the belt from Filipino Manny Melchor. Okay. Second defense, knocked out another Filipino, Ala Villamor, who was 24-0 at the time with 22 knockouts. Then he continued his domination of the Philippines. He beat Ronnie Magramo in 1994. Now, over the years, there's been a little talk about his resume. Okay. But they was grown men professional boxers. Okay. And he chased Ricardo Lopez for the majority of his career, but when he finally got in the ring with him, he got stopped in 3 rounds. But overall, a decent career for Radanapo Sor Varapin. Next up is Zolani Patello. Zolani Patello had a 12-year career, 1993-2005, from South Africa, called himself Tiger. Won 17. He only had 24 fights. He won 17, lost 5, 2 draws. Had 9 knockouts. 9 knockouts. From South Africa. Went up to 108 too, but had his best work at 105. He was a slick boxer too, but he could also crack. Knocked out Radanapo Sor Varapin with a dominant 4th round knockout in Thailand. Went to his country and knocked and stopped him. Made 5 quality defenses. All these guys fell to Ricardo though. He got knocked out by Ricardo in the 8th round. But who didn't, right? Step it up. It's almost 3:30. Okay. Next up is Yutaka Naida. There's Yutaka. Yutaka Naida. Should have been had that off. There's Yutaka Naida. Okay, now he had a 12-year career from 1996 through 2008. From Japan. 28 fights, won 23, lost 2, 3 draws. Okay, just nine knockouts. Now he was got what like you call a well-organized fighter. Had cold boxing skills. Went up against he went up against WBA champion China Porpayan. China was 45-1 at the time, but Naida took a unanimous decision off of him. He lost in his first title defense. Undaunted, got a rematch, took his belt back, won by UD. Then he ran off 7 successful defenses when he got his belt back. Quality wins. He lost his title to Roman Gonzalez. Know who that is? Chocolatito. I didn't ever knew Chocolatito was down that low. And he retired early at just 29 years old. He retired. Okay, right in his prime. Couldn't understand that. Okay. Excuse me for a moment again. One moment. I got another name. I done got smart. I done stopped trying to pronounce these names. I'm putting them in the chat. Let y'all read them. Because I'm bad enough. This is one I'm not even going to attempt. It's got like, this man's name got like every letter in the alphabet in it. In one name. Okay. Here it is. This is the one I'm profiling now. Okay. Anybody can pronounce that. I'll drop the link and let you come up and do it. Okay. Now he had a I did not list this. But anyway, he's from Thailand, right? He had 72 fights. He won 69, lost 2, 1 draw, 29 knockouts. From Thailand. Now his name wasn't that big down there, but he had some good accomplishments, had some good names on his resume. Now he was a highly skilled counter puncher, volume puncher, accurate, always let his hands go. Won the championship at 22 years old. Okay. WBC belt. He reigned from 2007 to 2011. Had some big names on there too. Of course, the one Pramuk, Muhammad Rahman, and Juan Palacios, among others. Ran into Kazuko Ioka in 2011 though. And Kazuko relieved him of his belt. Yep. That was him. That name in the chat. All right. Got like 4 more. Yeah. No, we got 5. That's only number 5. No. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, we got I didn't change pictures. Oh yes, I did. 2 more. Sorry about that. Next is Fahian Thakrim. Yeah, there he is. He's from Thailand also. Okay. Now he had a 17-year career from 1988 all the way to 2005. Had 58 fights. He went 54-4 with 23 knockouts. Okay, from Thailand, and I had 4 guys from Thailand. Told you a bunch of Asians and stuff on this list. Korea, Thailand, Japan. This is the 4th Thai on this list. And all 4 of them, if you were doing the best top 10, all 4 of them would be in it too. Yeah. Now, he lost his first fight, his pro debut. Okay? Then he didn't lose again for the next 13 years. Went 13 years before the loss. Okay? He was a southpaw. Took the belt from Eric Chavez. Made defenses against some quality fighters too. Pretty Boy Lucas was undefeated. Pretty Boy Lucas was 25-1. Andy Tabanaz was 17-0. Felix Narajo was 13-0. So his first 3 defenses was against 3 guys with a combined had only had 1 loss between them. He beat all 3 of them. Like I said, he went 13 years without losing. Went up to 108 and came back down. And won the title again. So 2-time winner at 105. And that was Rahian Zakrin. Last but not least, at 105 is Jose Antonio Aguirre. Jose Antonio. Now he's from Mexico. Called himself El Jaguar. Jose had a 16-year career from 1995 to 2011. See, most of these guys in the modern era, because this division didn't even start till I think it was 87, I said. Yeah, 87. All these fighters are from the modern era, right? Now, they had it in the Olympics in 1968, but it didn't catch on at the professional level. I don't know why. Yeah, just didn't catch on. Boxing. Now, in a few Asian countries around that time, boxing was big, but not too many countries. Like China didn't pick up professional boxing until 2000, remember? For men or women, right? And Zhilei Zhang is probably about the biggest name to come out of there. Just lost the interim title Saturday, though. But anyway, Jose Antonio Aguirre. Okay? Now, when he got out to 108, 112, now he had a record of 35-11, 1 draw, 21 knockouts. So most of his losses came at 108 and 112. Okay, now he did his good work at 105. Outgrew the division. Now he was WBC champion from 2000 to 2004. Went over to Thailand and beat this Thai fighter for the title. Went to Japan, lost the Eagle. Now see, he was 30-1 with 1 draw at 105. Okay, but between 108 and 112, he had 10 losses. Okay. So he did good work down here at this division. It was when he went up to the higher divisions that, Yeah. But that's the list for today. That's all the weight classes. 105 was the final one. The big week plan though. Tomorrow is how exactly do they rank fighters, okay? And this organization called the American Boxing Commission that sets the criteria for the sanctioning bodies to rank fighters. It's a really good, tomorrow will be a really good show. Make sure you come by for that. Because, we always talking about the rankings and all this and all that, but how exactly do they come up with the rankings? Okay. And the American Boxing Commission made it objective instead of subjective, because if the sanctioning bodies did, it would be very subjective and biased, based on personal opinion, favoritism, all that kind of nonsense. But the American Boxing Commission, their criteria is based on wins, losses, competition, activity, all that type of stuff. Like you have to fight within a certain amount of time or you get dropped out of the rankings. You can't just show up and fight once a year and all that kind of nonsense. And you got to fight other ranked guys. Yeah, all that's going to be tomorrow. It's really good stuff I got for you tomorrow. It'll be a good show. Got a big week, remember? Wednesday we got the box rec preview, and tomorrow we also got the Let's Talk fashion preview too. Remember? And Wednesday we got the show with the disappointing fights we didn't get, or disappointing fights we got. Like the two last summer, Cool Boy Monster, Bud Earl. Well, it wasn't disappointing to Monster and Bud fans, but it was surprising the way both of them was, trying to get my logo back. Both of them was one-sided beatdowns, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was crazy. Nobody expected that. But when we got the one from Bud, we was saying, we Lightning won't strike twice. No, when Monster dominated Cool Boy, we said, well, Lightning's not going to strike twice. We're going to get a good fight in this next one. Then Saturday came and the same thing. A thorough ass whipping. One-sided beatdown. Remember? It was terrible. Hold on for a second. I'm going to take that drinky. Yeah. But we got some big shows coming up. Okay, let me get this off of here. Okay, there we go. Now, tomorrow, then Wednesday show, Thursday, I got some fights where the fix was definitely in. About 15 fights. Gonna go over them. The fix was clearly in. Some of them is way back when the mob was running boxing, remember? Around Jake LaMotta even testified before Congress that he fixed the fight, right? He was paid to lose. Okay? He testified before Congress. A couple guys got locked. Some people got locked up for that. Some mobsters and some promoters, got all at the mob. And then Friday, no, that's Thursday. What I'm talking about? That's Thursday. Then Friday is our weekly profile. We got Joe Dixon, the first ever black champion. Okay, and he is not only the first ever black champion in boxing, he's the first black person to ever win any kind of championship in sports. Joe Dixon. Okay. Okay, let me see. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. That's not on here. Justin says, Bob Lee, Fat Boy, Bob, Era, and Don King was all insane. Yes, back in the day. Yep. Pay the money. And your fighter was, Bob Aaron even testified that he paid a couple times. The IBF had a couple people go to prison, and Bob Aaron testified that, he paid them some money for some rankings. Yeah. Bob father testified a couple times that he was involved in that stuff. He sure did. Couple times. I did a show on it. Yeah. He admitted it a couple times that he paid off sanctioning bodies for a position for his fighters. Yes, he did. The Bob father. Yeah, we don't call him the Bob father for nothing. We do not call him the Bob father for nothing. I don't know why this. Yeah. But yeah, we'll wind it down a little. The Voice is next. This is Monday Cast Sports, the box historian. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Cast Sports, the box historian. But yeah, I gotta look up what we got for Saturday coming up, because I surely don't know. But I know we got a card this week. I don't think it's a Friday card again. No. But yeah, we got some boxing this weekend. There we go. Saturday is the 16th already. Oh yeah, Williams Zepeda and Maxie Hughes. Okay, that's the card this week. Yeah, Bob Lee. That's it, Justin James. You know your history too. Bob Lee. Right. Y'all didn't recognize that name up there. Yeah. You're 100% right, Justin. Yeah, that was his name. Him and his son went to jail, went to prison. Plus a couple other officials in the IBF. It was IBF, right, Justin? Yeah. Bob Lee, that's him. Him and his son went to prison. A couple other officials, high-ranking officials in the company. That's when that lady took over after that, and she cleaned it up. I forgot her name. And her and the guy was her assistant. He's the current president of the IBF. Because that's the only one that's based in the United States, IBF, in New Jersey. I think it's Patterson, New Jersey. I know it's New Jersey. I believe it's Patterson. Yeah. And, yeah, Bob Lee, that was him, Justin. Robert Lee. Bob Lee. Him and his son went to prison. A couple other high-ranking officials. And the lady's name was Hiawatha, something like that. Yeah. She took over, and her sister, Daryl something. Is it Daryl Peoples? Isn't the president of the IBF named Daryl Peoples now? I think. Him and her cleaned it up, and he's still a president to this day. Yeah. She was the first lady to run a sanctioning body. I think her name was Hiawatha or something like that. And yeah. Her and Daryl got it clean, and he's the president. Now he was her assistant back then. Yeah. Early 2000s, something like that. Yeah, but the Bob father is mixed right up in the middle. He should have went to prison too. Yeah. He was paying something trying to get George Foreman some kind of ranking or something in there. Right around the time where Foreman became the oldest heavyweight champion. Yeah. And yeah, that was it. It was IBF. And the current president was involved in cleaning it up, getting their image back. Trying to find out who he is now. Cleaned it up, got their image back up, and the IBF came back. But yeah, they was a mess. The Bob father testified against them people. Keep himself out of jail, I guess. Yes, he did. It's a well-documented fact. So if he was paying off then, he's paying off now, right? Yep, Daryl Peoples. That's him. He's the current president. Daryl Peoples. Yeah. And the Bob father was paying off officials and stuff back then, he's doing it now. He just got caught back then. He just he's more careful now. He knows how to not get caught, right? He's still doing it. Eating ass. Shit, he was damn near up in the 70s and 80s then. So what's gonna make him change all of a sudden? Yeah, that's right. It was a lady. She was the first president of a sanctioning body. Came in and cleaned it up. And Daryl Peoples was her assistant, and he is now the current president, based in Paterson, New Jersey, International Boxing Federation. But yeah, I got a big week planned for y'all. Make sure y'all be here. Tomorrow's going to be an excellent show. How exactly do they rank boxers? Yes, I'm going into detail on it. It's going to be a good show. I learned a lot myself. I was taking my notes. Y'all will definitely enjoy it. Yep, Hiawatha Knight. That was her name. Hiawatha Knight. She was the lady that came in and cleaned up the International Boxing Federation, along with her assistant, Daryl Peoples, who is now the current president. Like I said, she was the first female president of a sanctioning body. And she got the IBF's credibility back. Yeah. And she turned it over to Daryl, who still runs it. I remember that period. I remembered her first name. I just couldn't remember the last, because once you heard that name, Hiawatha, you're not gonna forget it, right? So, yeah, Hiawatha Knight, that was her. But Justin James, came up with Bob Lee. That was the man that, I know he's out of prison by now, probably, but he got racketeering and federal income tax charges, all kind of stuff related to that, whatever the IBF had going on back then. And the Bob father was right smack dab in the middle of it. They all do it, but the Bob father got caught. That don't mean he stopped doing it. Yeah, it's hard to spell, Justin, but I remember her. It's easy to remember though once you heard it. Right, Justin? And I lived through that period, so I remember. Y'all was probably very young, anybody, but I lived through there, and I remember hearing her name, and I forgot, it came to me instantly, Hiawatha part, but the last name Knight didn't. Yeah, but the Hiawatha, she was the president of it. She did a good job. She put the credibility back. She got everything back together. And Daryl Peoples is now, Don King killed 2 people, Lonnie. He served time in prison for murder. Well, one of them he got off. He killed, one guy had robbed him or something, but he killed another guy. Yeah, Don went to jail for killing somebody way back there, like the 60s or something. Yes, he did. Not related to boxing. That was before he was promoting. Yeah, Don served time. He done did some shit related to boxing where he probably should have, but he just didn't get caught. That's the lady's name right there, Hiawatha. Okay, they both did, Justin, okay. Yeah, I knew the Bob father did, but Don did too, okay. To keep themselves out of there, right? Yeah, keep themselves out. They testified against him. Yup. Yeah, that's the lady's name right there, Hiawatha. Yeah, Justin. Yeah, Don King. Don King first and Bob father second. Not far behind him. They right there, almost neck and neck, but Don is a little slightly ahead. But they both. And like to say, the Bob father testified against the guy for what he did, so he hadn't stopped it. He just learned how to do it and not get caught now. He got practice, right? They both definitely testified against him though, yeah. I knew Don King had. I knew Bob had. But yeah, Don had to be mixed up in it too. If the man was taking bribes, you know damn well Don King was involved in the bigger crooked he is. Yeah. And the Bob father was involved in another scandal too. Closer up to this area, like in the early teens, 11, 12, somewhere around in there, yeah. The Bob father was involved in another one, crooked self. Still doing it. He just, like I say, know how to do it better now without getting caught. Yeah, the old Bob father. And both of them still, what are they, 95? Same age, just a few months apart. Don is a few months older than the Bob father. Ain't that something crazy? I think Don is August and the Bob father is December, but they're both 95, I believe. Ain't that something? Both of them ain't gonna never die. I can see both of them being 195, still promoting. Still promoting. Yeah, the year 2080. Bob Evans still running top rank, still cheating and shit. Stealing people's money. Him and Don King. Like 150 years old. Two crooks. Yeah, Don King still got a little thing going on. He promotes AB, I believe. Yeah. And Fat Boy. Fat Boy, who is that, Justin? He's a promoter? Oh man, I'm trying to think who you're talking about. Not the one over there in Europe. They're not Frank Warren from Queensbury. Fat Boy, I can't figure out who that is. Justin. Fat Boy. Yeah. Oh Lord, it's a good show. Appreciate everybody for stopping through again. Only got 15 likes. Man. Didn't get many people today, but it's all good. I got a core group of 7 to 10 people, and they're solid 7 to 10 people, and I wouldn't care if it stayed like that. Okay. Because they always come through and support. I know I'm going to have 7 to 10 people, and that's good. It's solid, knowledgeable, respectful people. That's what you want. Ain't nobody in here threatening to kill each other over a boxing match or nothing crazy like that. You know? We're boxing fans. We're not fans of boxers. We're fans of boxing. Them the kind of people I rock with, man, you know? Yes. JBT Network. That's what we're a part of. Just Do Boxing. Up next. Appreciate you, bro. In about 5 minutes. Winding down. Another cast portions in the history books. Got a big week for you. Make sure you stop by tomorrow to see just exactly how they rank these boxers. Okay? The American Boxing Commission, or the ABC, set the guidelines for them, but of course these sanctioning bodies don't go by them. You know, of course they don't do that. And we always say the federal government should be involved in boxing. They are, but they're not too stringent about enforcing these guidelines they have set for the sport. You're going to find out tomorrow the federal government do have guidelines for boxing. They have made laws about things that boxing is supposed to abide by, but they don't, not too stringent about enforcing them. But yeah, I learned that over the weekend too. They are involved in boxing, okay? But they don't, the government haven't been followed. They got a department that both to oversee boxing. They got some laws in place for boxing, some kind of guidelines for boxing, things they're supposed to do and not do, but they still do them. And the government don't enforce still of the guidelines they got for the sport. But you're going to find out tomorrow they are involved. I always say they should get involved in it, and they are. they just don't do their job too good. But tune in tomorrow to find out. Yeah. I was surprised about it. I was like, what? They got these laws? Well, these guidelines boxers are supposed to abide by, and they break them all the time, man. The sanctioning bodies pretty much do what they want, and I always said the federal government should get in there and control them, and they got the laws in place to control them, but they don't, Nobody's paying attention to it, so they just do what they want to do, And this is the government. It's over these state commissions, these BSS state boxing commission. This is the federal government, and they got the stuff in place for boxing to get this shit together. But they don't. You'll find out tomorrow. I got it for you. Okay. But today, we had BN Boxing News in the building. Thomas Hill, #JBT. Lonnie Lee, #JBT. Just Do Boxing, coming up in about 5 minutes. Justin James, #JBT. Remo, #JBT. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. The Rides Podcast, and Miss Cass, #JBT. All right. Appreciate everybody for rocking with me again on my growing channel. We're going to get there. Slowly but surely. Okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. Right? And you got to be small before you can be big. But this is Cass Sports. I appreciate everybody. Tune in tomorrow at 2. Just Do Boxing. The Voices next. I'm going to slide on over there. Hope to see y'all over there. Cass Sports. I'll holler at y'all in a few. Okay, I see it, Justin Cushman. Okay, appreciate you. Everybody have a good one.